You know what I'm realizing more and more? Women only have high standards for men they don't really like. If we have a crush on someone or if we're dating someone that we're like enamored with, we could find out that he's on like an FBI watch list and we'll allow him to explain that away. Oh, he was helping a friend. Oh, but it was involuntary manslaughter. Dating and relationship coaches, they'll be like, oh yeah, if you see one little tiny thing that doesn't match what you want, oh, walk away, walk away. I'm like, who actually does that? Do you know how hard it is to find someone that we actually like? Like, we find one decent man a year. And you want us to be an adult and like abruptly end it if they don't align with us? No, I'm gonna let this man ruin my life. Cause my standards are in the toilet with people I like.
So she hits the wall and finally acknowledges that women make excuses for Chad and Tyrone. But she criticises average guys and ends the relationship as soon as she finds one tiny problem. I do give her some credit for having self-awareness and taking some accountability, but what are the chances of her actually making some changes in the way how she approaches dating?
0.
I am single by choice. There is a line of men in my life, in my DMs. There's always a line of men. But what I learned, friend, was you can make a lot of excuses for men when you're having really good sex with them. But then the relationship comes all about the physicalness. And I am looking for a relationship with a man who I can not only connect with physically, which is one of my favorite things to do, but I have a craving inside of me to connect emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically with a man. And until I can find a man who I can do that with, I don't need a man who I can just connect with physically. I'm just happily living my life. And as men come along, I vet them and see if we'd be a good fit. And the best thing that I've done is not get physical with them for the first 3 months so that I can maintain clarity and sobriety in my decision making about them, so I can see them clearly. And what are my standards? My standards are, I want a high character man, a man with emotional intelligence, a man who makes me feel safe physically and emotionally. That's the most important thing I'm looking for. And most of those men are married. So there's just not a lot of those guys out there single and local. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I'm happy with my girlfriends.
Yes, there are always a line of men who are willing to smash, but not a line of men who want to commit. Does that mean she is single by choice? Not necessarily, because if the guys who she wants to commit to doesn't want to commit, it's not in her choice. She's only saying she's single by choice because she could get into a relationship with a random simp if she wanted to. But that is like a man saying he is single by choice because he does not want to get into a relationship with a water buffalo. The logic is twisted. When it all comes down to it, at the end of the day, she wants Chad and Tyrone to connect with her emotionally, but she keeps getting dug out instead.
I never get bored.
I'm so sick and tired of fighting for my rights. I'm exhausted. We're going on 3 years. 3 fucking years. I've had 50-50 since January 27th of 2022. I've never missed a date. I've never missed a time. I've never missed doctor's appointments. I've never missed IEP meetings. I've never missed evaluations. I've never missed anything. I had to work on a scheduled parenting day. I told my ex on March 6th that I was not able to attend, that I was not able to pick up our child. He still insisted on sending his girlfriend and getting the cops involved. We set up a plan to meet for 10 o'clock today. His attorney said 9. I said I couldn't because I had to work. My ex wrote back that if I can't afford my bills, that I should be on Section 8. He was holding our child hostage until April 26th. I went to the courthouse. I tried to write a motion to seek immediate return. They don't find it as an emergency because he's not in danger, even though he is, because my son is a victim of his abuse. My son has no idea where I am, why I didn't show up. I have absolutely no contact with him. I have no emergency contact information for him or his girlfriend. His address has been impounded. I have been verbally, financially, and physically abused by this man. He's not. I don't know what to do anymore. I want this to stop. I just want to see my child. I'm tired. I'm fucking tired of fighting this system. I'm sick and tired of it.
Welcome to a man's life. This is just a prime example of what men go through as a result of the system. The only difference is, this time a woman is going through it instead. And I'm surprised, in this case, the shoe is on the other foot. And it's a shame the government can restrict or prevent access. But it's crazy how much men go through this compared to women. And also surprising to see a woman going through it.
Now you know what it's like.
I never get asked out on dates, even like when I was on like dating sites. Like, obviously I've had dates, but no one's like really forthcoming with me, like asking me out. And I don't know if it's like me being like having high expectations, but, and I don't mean to, like, whatever, you know. I don't think I'm a fucking oil painting and the best thing since sliced bread, but I would just like to have like an actual man. Now that probably sounds really bad as well, because you shouldn't say that about men or whatever, but just someone who takes control of the situation. He's like, right, we're going on a date. I'm going to come pick you up. And I've planned this. We're going to go to X, Y, and Z, and it's going to be great. So, but I just get like half like asked like, or I'm like, are you going to ask me out on a date? Like, you've spoken to me for like a week. Like, are you going to ask me out? And then it makes you think, well, maybe they're not interested in me. Maybe I'm trying to flog a dead horse. I don't know. So, any guidance or advice on why people don't ask me out would be great.
If she knows she is not an oil painting and her expectations are too high, she should go for her looks match. If she knows shaming a man's masculinity is wrong, she shouldn't be doing it.
But they can't stop it, can they?